we are gonna work on not traveling in your games. And I'm talking about never getting called for a travel ever again. Well, you'll probably have some refs that have no idea what's going on, but for the most part, you will never travel ever again. We have to understand how much timing matters. So if I'm chilling out here on the wing and the pass comes to me, I need to understand what is legal when I receive the ball. So a great way to practice getting into a level of comfort on catches is making sure we time the ball in the air with our feet in the air. So that way when the ball hits our hands, we can gather our feet and get into space regardless of where that is, be able to take advantage of our defender. So a great drill just to practice that is tossing ball to self, and as the ball is falling toward your body, lift your feet up, and when that ball touches your hands, your feet need to be going toward the ground. You can practice this by going into different types of footwork, outside, inside. You can go into a hop step. You can go into a push out, like a little touch step back off the catch, which is what we work on a lot when we fade, just gathering, creating a little bit of space on the catch. So many different ways, but we want to make sure that we get the timing of our pickup or timing of our catch associated with our footwork.
What the Skrizzle is, guys, is a double fake. What most players do their whole career is they fake one way and go the other. So this fake is so effective because it uses people's defensive instincts against them. In the last 5 years, more and more players have started using it, but most players don't maximize the power and explosiveness with their core and transverse abdominals because of where they place their feet, where they bring the ball, and how they load their hips. So we're gonna get real technical so you can have incredible explosion off of the Skrizzle. You're gonna have the ball in front of your non-dominant hip. It's not touching your hip, it's just there, comfortable. As you jab, you're going to turn your foot to where it's I call a ski step, right? You're gonna jab out to where your hips are already turned for that twist fake. Then as you twist, the arms stop moving the ball. Your body just twists back. It's almost just like a little hesitation. It's just a little 10% twist of your shoulders, hips, and core, and you're loaded and you're gonna cross step out. So you're gonna go jab, jab, right, Skrizzle. Jab, jab,
turn my foot and then
Skrizzle, yeah.
Okay.
So on your jabs, you're gonna turn your foot. So even right now, Kyrie's feet are too wide because when you get here, it's hard to have a lot of momentum because your feet are wide. You wanna keep a tight base. I'm here right outside your shoulders so that when I twist, I'm loaded in order to explode out. So really tight base. Freeze. See his foot? Right, go again. His foot is here. Your foot should be turned up here, right? So that when you twist back, now you're loaded, right? Think about how a defensive back, they're here because that's the most explosive place you can be. So when you twist, you want to end up there. For your lefties, you're gonna jab out to your left, right? You're gonna twist back to your right and then explode out to your left. Boom, jab, jab, Skrizzle. Okay, so on that one, JR had great jabs. When he twisted all the way here. But as a defender, right, I don't care if he goes out there. I care if he goes right by me. Okay, it's real tight and compact. Nice, nice. So you can see on that one, the ball went outside of his body. You saw the ball, right? You saw the ball come out here. You should never see the ball. It stays inside the body box. There's a couple jabs to kind of get my defender. I'm gonna go here. I'm on the balls of my feet. I'm leaning forward, right? I'm gonna twist back, just this half twist. I'm leaning forward on that twist. I'm falling forward, so my momentum takes me forward, right? The ball is in front of my belly button. I'm balanced here. Boom, boom, through, right? It's all fakes in the shoulders and hips. So your eyes go to both hips. Jab, eyes go there, twist back, jabs, eyes there, and then I go. Oh yeah, that's a Skrizzle.
When we're in triple threat, in the US, we can take a lead foot step, we call it a sweep, and then release the dribble while picking up our back foot. However, in FIBA, or overseas, you cannot take a lead foot step. So it has to be a crossbody step. So when we take that lead foot step, all that we have to do is release ball from hands before our foot picks up off the ground. Now, basketball is best played in the gray areas. That means I'm gonna try to blur the lines on this release to where I'm gonna literally practice the release of basketball with that back foot picking up off the ground. And sometimes I actually travel on my extensions, but if you go quick enough, if you do it confidently, 10 times out of 10, you're probably not gonna be called for a travel. So you have to go into it knowing what you're able to do and knowing where that line of like black and white actually is, so that way we can play right in that gray area. So really focus on your ability to get rid of that basketball simultaneous with that back foot or your pivot foot picking up off the ground. Once again, the ball does not need to touch the ground before we pick it up. All it has to do is release from your hands before you pick that back foot up. Now these two moves are gonna be our drops. So if I'm going in triple threat, like you guys notice, I'll get into my drop jab a ton. And that release of the dribble keeps me clean, or keeps me from getting that pickup, that back foot or my pivot foot, picking up off the ground before I release ball in hand. So it forces or allows me to get that ball out of my hand really early. That, and I'm not reliant on my first step being downhill before I release the dribble. That first step and dribble are more lateral, and that ball is right in front of my frame. The other little dribble is gonna be a push out. And that push out, this is where it helps us if we're playing internationally. So if you're in FIBA, if you're an American who's going over to FIBA for the first year, we work on this a ton, because since we're not able to take that lead foot step or that sweep, we have to be able to get rid of that ball early in order to get our feet out and into space. So we practice that lead dribble to help us get into space quickly and not get hit with a travel. So those two drops or releases are very important. So super, super key to be able to take your first step out of triple threat without getting hit for the travel.